It is time to look at the renewal again this year. And we'll have to start this one out a little bit different. On the very first page, you'll see on the renewal what we were up against this year. You're running a 148% loss ratio. United Healthcare took in about 845. This is only in the last 9 months. Took in 845, paid out 1.26 million. Meaning your claims are out there. You can't help that, we can't help that. They're numbers. The next page you'll see where I quoted it with Blue Cross Blue Shield, they declined. I quoted it with Cigna, they declined. Quoted it with Aetna, they declined. Those are your 4 major carriers. Nobody would even take a look at it. So, we're in a position now that all we can do is look at what we got with United Healthcare and try to look at the renewal option as is, and we have one option for you to look at. So that's what we were dealt with this year. This page, which is the spreadsheet page, has the yellow on it. At the top, you will see your current plan and your premiums. The second one, option 1, that is the renewal as is on the health plan. It's going to go down a little bit once, because Med Plus, your gap plan, gave you a 0% rate increase. United Healthcare came in with a 41%. We begged, we did everything we could to try to get it down. They said, no way. With the claims, the loss ratio as it is, we're on that. We're stuck on that number.
And we didn't have, usually if we can get a competitive quote even, we can go back to them and get a little relief. But
they said,
couldn't get even get a competitive quote.
You have to have leverage somewhere. We had no leverage. So what we did is, and we'll get into another page in a minute, the blended Med Plus with United Healthcare, you're looking at a 35.28% rate increase. Now, every other month I have them send me claims. So what your loss ratio is looking at. 5 months ago, you were running probably 120%, and that's when you called and we said, what do we need to budget back in October? And I said, I would at least put 20 in, because you look like that's what it's like. But y'all's claims have just soared since then. If you can look at the last few months, if you want to look back on that other page, you can see monthly they're going up. So what we did, there's a way we can put you on what's called an HDHP, high deductible health plan, and it's considered an HSA. You take all the co-pays out of United Healthcare. So you just have we went with a higher deductible with United Healthcare to we kept it at 5.
It's just changing. When you're taking the co-pays out of from United Healthcare and moving them over to the gap plan.
Right.
You can't, it does change it to an HSA on the United Healthcare side, but you can't use the HSA. But the co-pays. HSA can't have co-pays. So,
it's called HDHP.
right, when you do that, every claim that goes through goes to deductible and co-insurance with United Healthcare. Your co-pays, instead of, just like you have now, you have a card that has 2 companies on it. Instead of those co-pays showing up over on the left side under United Healthcare, they're going to show up on the right side under GovCare or Med Plus. And they run through both companies. United Healthcare still has to approve the charges just like they do now, but instead of your copay being operated or processed by United Healthcare, it's processed by GovCare through that plus benefit. And by doing that, it saves you about 6.2%. Same copays, same prescription card, works. We've got it in another large group, and we've had one issue, I think, this year, and it was because a claim was filed on. So it works well. That's just an option. But now, one thing, the plan changes some, when you do that, right now, y'all have a $500 deductible and then 100% coverage for the next $4,500 worth of charges. Then at that point, your plan picks up and pays 70%, the employee's responsible for 30%, so they reach a maximum out of pocket of $4,200. If you change to this plan, it saves you 6%, but it also lowers that employee's out of pocket. They have a $500 deductible, and then the plan pays 100%. You don't go back into the 70% coverage.
Except for your copays.
Yeah, your copays, just like it is now, your copays don't apply to deductible and co-insurance now. So saves you 6%. It lowers your employees' out of pocket, because for deductible and co-insurance at $500, they're through. But they've still got co-pays to pay. The doctor's office and prescription co-pays.
The next page, we did get a little 4.3% rate increase on the dental, no rate increase on the vision, and nothing on the life insurance. The next page is probably the one you really want to look at. By the time the city pays for the health insurance for the employee, the gap plan, the dental, the vision, and the life. If you blend all of those together, it's an effective rate increase of 33.25 if you renew as is. If you change the plan to the HDHP, the HSA, it's a 27.38% rate increase. Those were the only options we had available to us. Behind it is just supporting documents showing the two plan designs as renewing and with the HSA plan. And then I put in there also the dental, vision, and life renewals. We hate that that's all there is, but that is it out there in the market. Questions? Now, one thing let me go one more thing. Y'all's budget year, October 1st. Whatever the premiums, the shortfall you're gonna have, you can readdress it at budget time next year. So you're only looking at 9 months of these premiums before you hit budget time. And that's it, excuse me.
Okay, there may be someone sitting here thinking about the self-insured programs out there. Would you advise the city?
No, you're not big enough. You need to be at least 500 employees.
Okay.
We've had, the city at one time was self-insured, and you were here when
I
you
know.
had to get out.
I just
And
want.
you had to pay money to get out of it. We've had counties that have had self-insured. One year they had $1 million plus in their slush fund to pay claims. Next year they had to dig into the general fund to pay claims. I would not advise it.
Okay.
And the only time self-insured works is if you're healthy when you do it. Because you still got to buy reinsurance. And reinsurance is going to price it on the same thing fully insured does. Get health issues out there. So if you're healthy and you want to go self-funded, sometimes that'll work, but you can't wait till you get sick and then say.
And that's what happened on one of the large, it was about a 200 million group that it just went south. It's not advisable.
Okay. Selectman Cotton.
On, I don't know what page this is. On the page that is the cost per employee to the city.
Correct. That's the most important.
The bottom one is the cost to the employee,
That is if they have dependent coverage for health insurance only.
and this is on a bi-weekly payment.
That's the monthly note. Right there.
That's a monthly note.
A monthly number.
Okay, so if they were to get this insurance for their family,
Right.
this is how much it would cost. It would cost $886 for option one.
Right.
Per month for the employee to insure the rest of their family.
Right. And that's why it's important to really get on this now. Open enrollment for health plans is what the month of December, for a 1/1 effective date. Anybody who has one dependent that might want to look in the market to see what's out there to make a decision, gives them plenty of time to do that.
So you're saying you would recommend a person that makes 1031, I think that's minimum wage in the city, if you would recommend them looking on the market? Is that what I understood you just said?
If they have dependent coverage.
If you got one dependent, sometimes it's a little less expensive to get an individual plan. If you got a child that's 10, 12 years old and that's it, sometimes that'll come out a little better for you. Individual plans now, and if you look, even, and this don't soften the blow, but $1,700 for family coverage. Family rates now for a family of 4, I never see them hardly under $2,000. So that's, the rates still aren't terrible when you look at the family coverage.
And what's out in the market.
An individual plan with Blue Cross or Ambetter or Molina or United Healthcare, unless a person's able to get a tax credit to help with some of that, and a lot of those have been cut out this year. A 40-year-old male is going to be in the neighborhood of $700 to $800. It's going to be the least expensive, and it's not near as good a plan as
Most of the time, they're like $6,000, right? It's higher than that.
All right, so I think that's what I want. I want the board and the public to understand is right now, if you had if one of our employees does a employee plus family, they're looking at a monthly cost of what?
Depending on which one, 800,
Yeah, 886, right?
you stay with what you currently got.
Yes.
correct.
And our employees on the low end of our frontline employees, you know, at 1050, have approximately $1,100 in take-home pay
Right.
a month. They get paid bi-weekly, but a month. And just their health insurance for them and one child, I think it's one or more, it's all in the same package for our insurance. Okay? It would be 80% of their check.
That's hard.
Okay, so
That person is going to be on medication. If they're making 10 an hour, that child's going to be on medication.
so we pay so low that you still qualify for Medicaid. Thank God. Okay.
Now, if they've got a spouse that's, if there's 2 incomes, then, that changes that some. But if you got one employee they're going to qualify for children medication.
So they do have an out.
There's no good answer for health insurance now. There's just no silver lining, as bad as they can tell you.
All right, so your recommendation between option 1 and option 2 as the subject matter professionals for, people of our social economic status that work for the city, what do you recommend which one we do?
You ask us.
You ask us?
Man, if it's not broke, don't fix it, but it's broke. But, the rates are not good.
Neither one of them.
So, on either one of them. So, but you don't have, there's not like you can go somewhere else and find anything that's better. So, it just all depends. If you don't want the change,
Tell me one
then
more
stay
time
with what you got.
the major downfalls of option 2.
Just the change and getting used to it. It's going to work the same, basically.
But it's so important that you've got to have that card with both of them on it, because it's going to have to go through Med Plus.
First.
Well, they go through United first, then to Med Plus. What'll happen on the change is you'll have to get all new ID cards with United Healthcare, all new ID cards with Med Plus. And they got to be in your hand, and they've got to use them January the 1st.
I understand that's a hassle, but we did change insurance, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, it's not, as far as us goes, not a big deal.
Not a big deal for us.
Employees never like change, but when it's changed for the better, they're usually okay with it. And so, in this case, to save 6% and basically give them
as good or better plan
You
than
know,
what they
on
have.
deductible and co-insurance, you give them $3,700 less out of pocket.
All right, so what's the premium difference between these two to the city?
Look on that front page there, just on the medical now, that's the only thing that affects. Option one is what you currently have, with the renewal premium being $815.29 for the city, $777 on option two. If you move,
Go to the yellow one with the yellow, right there, right there. There's the premium. We have to buy more with Med Plus. So the premium with Med Plus is going up.
I want to know how much the bill of the city will be.
multiply whichever, 815, whichever you're looking at, it's either 815.29 or 777.58 times the number of employees.
So you can't project it off last year's, how much we paid you last year, plus 29%, plus the 35%?
No, because I don't have that information.
I mean,
Here it is, right here. Look on this page right here. These two pages. This is option 2. This is the plan design. You're too far back to go back. That's option 2, and if we give you an annualized premium down there, they'll flip it back and there's annualized premium on number 1. Currently, your enrollment, but you have 140 singles and 20 with defendant coverage.
So that's just the United.
Yeah, that's the United. That's United right here.
Right.
And that would be the whole group.
so we're talking about 1.6 million or 1.3 million? Compared to what we currently pay, which is 1.1 million.
Correct.
Okay, so I just felt like that number was gonna be a big one, and 6% doesn't sound like much. But when you're talking about millions, 6% is a little bit more than.
Yeah,
So 1.59, yeah.
All that premium is,
Yeah, well, I mean, you got 160 employees right now.
I know, I think it's very easy to swallow a percent. Maybe not so easy to swallow the dollar figure.
Correct.
Okay, so either option 2 is about $200,000 increase. Option 1 is about $450,000 increase,
Correct.
which about half of it was budgeted.
Okay, with that being said, any other discussion on the insurance?
Do we have to pick one or the other tonight?
Yes. And the reason for that is that if we don't pick one tonight, the next regular board meeting will be on the 24th, 25th, something like that. And it will not give us adequate time to get them enrolled. And if we wait until December to do that, some of our employees are gonna have to pay for premium 2 times in December. And that may leave an employee without a paycheck. And that's why it's important
In
for us.
place, you have to, the earlier the better.
So it will be my recommendation to the board to go with option 2. That would be my recommendation, but I'm just the mayor. Selectman Cotton.
How would you recommend you word the motion?
Consider approving renewal of the City of McComb employee benefit package from United Healthcare and Med Plus option 2.
So moved, Mayor.
Okay, motion by Selectman Cotton, second by Selectwoman Isaac. Any more discussion? None, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposers nay. Ayes have it. Okay, thank you for everything you do for the city of McComb and coming up with options, even though we only had 2 options this year. But we know that you all work hard for the city of McComb.
there is another application that'll have to be signed for the Net Plus part. It will be available tomorrow for.
Yes, sir.
You'll
Yes,
go
sir.
to work and get that changed, get you.
And if we have to have employee meetings, we'd be glad to come to each department, have someone there, go over the plan, if there's any questions.
Department heads, that's present, you heard, the agent saying that if they need to come, they're willing to come and meet with your department. Okay?
Thank you.
And again, thank you. Can I get a motion to consider rescinding all prior memorandums of understanding, MOUs, regarding housing of City of McComb detainees in the Pike County Detention Facility and approving the new memorandum of understanding, MOU, agreement,
Yes.
MOA, thank you,
Yes, sir.
regarding housing of City McComb detainees in the Pike County Detention Facility and authorizing the mayor to sign said memorandum.
So move.
Selectwoman Baylor,
Second.
that was Selectman Mullins. Discussion,
What change?
Yes.
I'm gonna yield to our city attorney and she can talk to us as it relates to the MOA.
First, I want to say two thank yous. Thank you to the board for giving me the opportunity to actually have the time to review the document that was presented to the board last night. And my second thank you is to Supervisor Lofton as well as Sheriff Wiley. Supervisor Lofton has done a yeoman's job in helping to negotiate with the county attorney. In fact, he got me on the call with the sheriff this afternoon. And the sheriff has agreed to what is presented before you and will give his agreement, his note of agreement to the board attorney as well as to the board of supervisors. What was presented to you all last night was formed as a memorandum of understanding because money is moving between public bodies. It is my request that it was my request presented to the board attorney that this be referred to as a memorandum of agreement. Yes, sir.
Board
No,
Attorney Frazier?
wait. Let's make sure we
Okay.
know who runs the meeting.
You run the meeting. I just saw
Okay.
the hand go up in the middle of the meeting.
Thank you. It's important. Selectman Cotty.
Attorney Frazier, is who you're referring to, or are you referring to yourself? When you say
Attorney Frazier.
copy.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
I just heard the board attorney request this.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
know.
I
Thank
said
you for
thank
the
you.
clarification. In the document before you, that's Council Memorandum of Agreement, you'll see the word detainees instead of prisoners. That was my change. We're gonna go back to prisoners instead of detainees. And then on section 3 before we get there, the whereas statement that was added last night, I adjusted the language just a little bit for clarity. Wherein I say the Mississippi Attorney General has issued additional opinions regarding detainee housing arrangements in 24 and 25, which attempt to address financial responsibilities of municipalities and counties, and that these opinions have resulted in a lack of clarity and offer conflicting guidance on determination of financial responsibility regarding detainee housing and arrangements. And then the last change is the sheriff asked, so in the agreement that, the understanding, the MOU that was presented to this board last night, in section 301, I added the last sentence under, there's a statement that says the exercise of this discretion shall not constitute a breach of this MOA. Pike County assumes no obligation to accept any particular detainee or category of detainees. That statement was concerning to me, and so I added the additional statement: the sheriff, as an agent of Pike County, shall act in good faith and use his discretionary authority. He has asked that I add when requested between and shall, so that's why you see the arrow, and I can go back and type all this up. Shall advise, when requested, shall advise both the Pike County Board of Supervisors and the City of McComb in writing why a detainee will not be accepted if a detainee is rejected for any other reason than the 4 considerations above. And the 4 considerations are capacity, classification, health or mental health conditions, and operational safety. Other than those minor revisions, I have no concerns about it as presented to you today.
Mayor, when you get second,
Selectman Cotton.
in that same paragraph, can you make the change to select persons instead of alder persons?
Yep, sure will. Wait.
301?
Yep.
Or Article 3, Section 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Yield back.
Okay, any other? None, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposers nay. Ayes have it. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Selectman Cotty, Selectman Mullins, all in favor say aye. Opposers nay. Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned.